Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I just wanted to talk today about some disheartening tweets and things, and I also want to talk about colorism. First, as this video progresses, of course, I'm going to show y'all the tweets that I'm talking about on the computer, as well as I'm going to talk about Zendaya as well. But first, I just wanted to show y'all this cover of it's Allure magazine. It's Lupita on here, and it's talking about the culture of hair. And of course, y'all know here on my channel I talk about hair. And years ago, I talked about the controversy about the curly Nikki as well in a video. But yeah, I wanted to just share this really quick with y'all. This particular issue of Allure magazine, they are talking about the culture of hair, different cultures, and how different cultures view hair. They feature women all over. There's Brazilian women, Indian women, different women in different countries and things of that sort. And they're just, talking about how people view, their hair and things like that. It features people with curly hair, tightly coiled, kinky hair. Lupita, she talks about her, she likes to call her hair kinky African hair. Actually, by the way, guys, I just love her skin here. She's so beautiful. I love, dark skin. And by the way, guys, I don't think I ever told y'all this before, but when I was younger, I used to want to be like really dark, because I just thought, dark skinned people had like the most perfect, like beautiful skin, And me growing up, I was like, being lighter, I was like, oh, people can see, my blemishes, my acne, and all that stuff. But I want to I want to move this discussion over to some very sad tweets and things people have been talking about this week. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna just put the camera down right quick. The tweets are referring to some tweets like way back years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago. Well, actually, it was back in 2012, from my understanding. There is some tweets that were made by, from my understanding, I actually went to her Twitter this morning. Sayria Jade, if y'all don't know who Sayria Jade is, she's the one, I don't know if y'all seen the Shea Moisture commercial that came out last year. Actually, right about this time last year, too, now that I think about it, in April 2017, the Shea Moisture commercial, where, there were women featured. There were there were some Caucasian women featured, as well as Sayria Jade. And there was like some controversy there because they felt that, Shea Moisture, well, a lot of people felt that Shea Moisture should have featured, people with tighter curl patterns, different textures. Sayria Jade, she has a looser texture curl pattern. So, but here I want to talk about some of the tweets that people been talking about. This week there was someone brought up about some tweets that she made in 2012. She has since apologized for the tweets, and the tweets are referring to dark-skinned women and black women. And I will, go over later on in this video. I'll go over to the computer and her account, and I'll show you the information that I'm talking about on the computer. But a lot of people are upset. I've read some of the tweets on Twitter where people are talking about. They say, I hope all black or dark-skinned girls stop watching Sayria Jade. I think she's forgotten that her main audience is black girls. Her dad is as black as us, dark-skinned girls, but she hates when people call her black. And then another thing, she made like comments about how, you know, just joking around, how she wish, you know, as far as being divorced. And I'll show y'all on the computer on that. And I went to her Twitter. It says, I am just baffled that people be thinking you're the same after 6 or 7 years. No, ma'am, a whole kid. Well, actually, Corey posted this tweet, and Sayria retweeted this on her Twitter account. It says, I'll show y'all on the computer. But yeah, it's sad that you know, she made, you know, some of these comments, and like some people are like, well, you know, she was only like 17 when she said this, but at, you know, 17, it's like okay, but it's writing. I was like, well, she actually typed this, actually wrote it out. Okay, yeah, this sounds fine, and tweet it out for the public to see. The public. Twitter is a public platform. When you write something, you know, you write it down, it's out there. And I know, for those of y'all that don't know, I used to be a newspaper reporter, and I used to write articles for the newspaper. I used to write articles about court cases, and not only just court cases, I used to write articles about school board meetings and town council meetings and things like that. And I started writing for the newspaper when I was 16 years old. Eventually I went to college, and then I got a full-time job writing at another newspaper. Full-time, I was a full-time general assignment reporter. And I bring this up because I remember years ago, I interviewed this guy who was in the military. He had just came back from Iraq, and follow me, guys, I'm going to get to the point in just a second, but he had did an interview with a TV station, and then I did the interview for the newspaper. Well, the TV station had already aired, you know, that particular interview, but when it came to airing the, when it came for me, right before I published the article for the newspaper, you know, he decided that he didn't want the actual article published, even though he had already went through the interview. I had asked him questions for a good hour. I had already started writing the article, and he called the newspaper office and, you know, told my supervisor he didn't want the article published. So I asked my supervisor why, but the guy didn't explain it. My supervisor was like, well, you know, it's different when you write things because people can actually, you know, dissect and pull and dissect and pull, writing, whereas, you know, TV, they don't actually do that. And so he was like, writing is, you know, as far as it's a more, you know, people can actually, for the newspaper, they can pass it around, whereas television is like, okay, well, did you see, you know, on the news last night, such and such. But yeah, writing is powerful, and, you know, just for her to actually, she had to type it out, or if she was on the phone, still, I mean, you're like typing it out and then you tweet it to the public. It's like your audience, and it's out in the public when you're talking about dark-skinned people and you don't like, you know, it's certain things you don't like. And then her mom, since all this that came out this week, her mom actually was saying, well, people are taking things out of context and things like that. Well, I don't know how you can take those particular tweets out of like context, unless I'm missing. I mean, there is a good possibility that things were taken out of context, but you know, Sayria, she apologized, you know, for, you know, the information, the tweets that went out. But yeah, I'll show y'all that in a little bit. But I want to talk about, also I want to talk about in this video about Zendaya, the actress. She talks, she addressed about, you know, being privileged and things like that, and she talked about, it says, I seen the video here on YouTube. You know, she talked about how, you know, she's the Hollywood, like, black girl or whatever, and she actually said that has to change, you know, because there's so many shades of, like, black people, and they're so beautiful, and, you know, I agree with her, you know, 100% on that, and I'll show that clip in a little bit. But yeah, you know, it's sad, and, you know, it's historical about how, you know, people, colorism, and, you know, the paper bag test and all this just craziness, and it's historical, and I'm like, okay, all this shouldn't have been going on to begin with, to be quite honest with you, whether it's 2017, 2018, or if it's 1600, 1611, or 1800s, or 1865 when the Civil War ended, April 1865. And, you know, it's just sad that, you know, discrimination, racism, all this stuff, racism and stuff like that still goes on today. It's just awful, you know. You know, and colorism just doesn't apply to black people, it applies to different races as well. It could be Indian, Hispanic, Asian, you know, because light, you know, light is bright, and people just think, you know, that. But I'm glad that, you know, Sayria, she apologized. Now, you know, people are questioning, you know, her sincerity. I'm not even going to get into that, about that, because I don't know her personally, so, yeah, but, you know, it's sad, and it's like, you know, it's character, it reminds me, character versus culture. You know, you look at someone's character, because I know she was saying, in like one of her, they were saying in one of her tweets, like, years past, and I seen it online, they were saying, oh, she posted, you know, dark-skinned woman, or, you know, meaner, or whatever. But, you know, you look at somebody's character to see if they're mean, not their culture, because that's stereotyping. And, you know, it's sad, you know, some people skin bleach because of this reason, because of this stereotype about darker skin in general, no matter what race you are, what ethnic background, the nationality, whatever. But, you know, even like, you know, like skin bleaching, I was looking on Amazon yesterday, you know, even like Caucasians, you know, they use skin bleaching cream, you know, just for discoloration. Different people, different races use the skin bleaching where you have hyperpigmentation or whatever. But yeah, it's just sad. You know, then, you know, people with looser textures, you know, are, you know, looked at, oh, you know, they have the quote unquote the good hair or whatever. But oh, I also, guys, I want to talk about Viola Davis in that Allure issue. It says, she talked about, it says, wearing my natural hair at the Academy Awards was a revelation because we're told so often how we are supposed to look like, and, you know, she just talked about different things in terms of that. Oh, and then also, I know Sayria said, you know, it was like I know people keep saying, well, that was six years ago, 2012, about Sayria, you know, and if it was a crime for her to say those things, people would still hold her accountable, because y'all know, people, like if you're filling out a job application, it says if you were convicted of a crime, you know, if it was like 7 years ago or less, you have to list that particular crime that you were convicted of, and just explain, what happened. Sometimes longer. Sometimes it's longer than 7 years. People still like frown upon you, depending on like the crime. Like if you, like depends, but yeah. So yeah, it's like discrimination, racism that just kills. It's sad, but yeah, guys. Going back to that video years ago that I posted about the Curly Nikki post and Water Lily and all that stuff. Yeah, that was controversial. Normally I don't do very controversial topics here on this channel, but that was like my first one back in 2014. I'm gonna just show y'all the video, and Zendaya is talking, and then also I'm gonna show you the I'm gonna go to Twitter and show you Sayria's tweets, and things have to change. Like I said, character versus culture. You look at a person's culture to see, what they're. I mean, you look at a person's character to see what they're all about. You don't look at their skin color and be like, oh well, they're. Write them off and be like, oh, they must be mean because they're black or dark skinned. That's a no, but yeah, like I said earlier in this video, I think dark skin is like beautiful. I used to think I was younger, I was like, oh, I wish I was darker and stuff, and the melanin be popping, the darker you are, the more you're protected from the sun rays and harmful sun rays and stuff like that. I'm just going over to the computer, guys. So, yeah. I'm going to play a clip right quick and show y'all what Zendaya said. Okay, this is the YouTube clip. Oh, let me rewind it back. This is the video. Talk about, being too beautiful for that and things, but yeah, I just want to share that with y'all. Okay, now I'm going over to the Twitter. Here's her apology. Half of it is like cut off. I believe she probably posted this on Instagram. It says, being young isn't an excuse. However, what I said is not a reflection of my past or current views. Oh, okay, so it's not a reflection of my past or current. I didn't even catch that, guys. This is not a reflection of my past or current views. I wonder why she posted. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if she posted as a joke. But anyway, it says those tweets back in 2012. I don't know why she posted, but anyway, it says, never in life have I ever believed that I was better or prettier or superior to any human being due to the color of my skin, ever. It says, I've never been homophobic, never been racist. I can't admit, however, when I was younger, I was the target for a few girls' hate, and being young, I didn't know how to handle it correctly. That was my personal experience in my life during that time. So yeah, this is her, this is the Twitter page. But yeah, then she has a YouTube channel. But yeah, I just wanted to share those two things with y'all about Zendaya, dressing like colorism, and it says Zendaya slams acceptable Hollywood standards. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, guys. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.